y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Veronica and I am the artist behind Small Nail Canvas here on YouTube. And so today we are going to be painting a freestyle press-on set, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump straight into it because I like to ramble too much. So I already have my nails painted, so I have this brown background and a green background that I'm going to be working off of. For the brown background, it is going to be more of my simpler design nails, and on the green, it's going to be my more detailed designs. So for my simpler design, it is a green dot. We're making this splattered star look that I really kind of liked, and so I am going in with my dotting utensil and I am creating this green dots all over the nail. You do not want to dry this polish because you don't. Do not dry the green polish. And then after I have my green dots on and they are still wet, I go back in with my dotting utensil and I add in the second color dot, which in this case, I'm using a beige color. And so once I add the second beige color dot on the nails, I am now ready to make my little star design. And so I am going in with a very thin liner brush and I am just lightly swiping the brush through both of the polishes, starting obviously at the center of both of those two dots. So you will see me clean and wipe the brush before each stroke, only because I didn't feel like mixing the green into my beige in the middle. It's totally up to you. Like I said, this is my personal preference. I just did not want the colors to mix. So that's why you see me cleaning my brush after every single swipe. Like I said, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. That's just what I wanted. And also, tip, please make sure you are removing all of the excess acetone from your brush. That is another reason why you see me kind of tapping it on the paper towel, because if you leave too much acetone in the brush, even whenever you're doing your little light swipes, it's just going to run over into the design and it's just going to ruin the whole thing. So make sure you are patting off all the excess acetone from your liner brush whenever you're creating this design. And this is the end result of that cute little splattered star look. Cute, right? I think so. Now, as a finishing touch-up to our more simpler design, I am going in with some glue and adding a few of our Swarovski crystals, just randomly placed around the nail just to give it a little bit of bling. But yeah, top coat it and this simpler design is done. All right, now that we are getting started onto one of our more detailed designs, which is going to be our boxed letters, I am starting off by outlining the square, and I am kind of filling it in with some polish so that way I can spread out the polish more evenly throughout the squares. Also, I am just starting off by, like I said, outlining, and so I am creating smaller boxes than what I actually want them to be, simply because I want to be able to get a full grasp of how it is going to look on the nail. I don't want to have big boxes leading down to small boxes. I mean, if you want to, that's totally fine, but I am trying to keep everything the same size and centered on the nail. So you see me kind of going in with smaller boxes and then kind of building them a little bit wider and bigger on the outsides. I try to keep my sides straight, and then I also try to sharpen up my corners as I'm going. But yeah, that's just me kind of outlining the boxes and filling them in and kind of mapping out exactly where I need them to be, so everything is centered on the nail. Now we are going in to design our letters inside of the boxes. And I say this all the time, but very light swipes, guys. You don't want to apply too much pressure because you don't want them to be super thick starting off. You can always go back in and add more paints to kind of thicken up the lines or whatever it is you want to do. But if you make everything big and bulky from the jump, it's just a more difficult process trying to clean it up rather than adding on to it. So for this J, I kind of broke it down into pieces because I don't like when the polish smears. Like even now as I'm brushing upwards, it's because if I would have pulled it downwards, it would have made the paint from the top line going across smear down, and it would not have given me as clean of a finish or look that I am wanting. So it would have smeared it and it would have just looked a mess. So I moved upwards with my line rather than bringing it down. And then I go back in and I kind of thicken up the areas that I need, or the ends. I kind of tried to make them look a little bit more boxy rather than just swipes. But yeah, so I kind of try to bring in the letters and make them look more clean and neat, and also bold because I do want them to pop out. So I am gonna go in and finish painting the J-A-Z-Z to spell out jazz. So y'all just go ahead and watch for a little bit. now that we have our letters in place and they have dried and everything is there on our nail and there is no chance of mess ups or smearing, I am gonna go in with this light brown color and I am going to outline the boxes for our boxed letters. And so this design is basically almost completed. We just want to outline the boxes. And just as I kind of explained with the letters, I always go in to connect things. Like with my squares at the corners, I always go towards the corner because I needed to give me that really sharp finish. If I try to go through and just connect the lines as they are, it smears them, and it also will give me more like a rounded effect rather than the crisp square sharp corner that I'm looking for. So I always go upward towards the corners or inwards towards like where the things are going to connect. So you'll see me doing that with all the squares, normally all the letters, because I don't like for things to smear and then I have to go back and fix stuff. So I am just outlining our boxes right now, and this nail is almost done. look at how adorable our little box letters came out to look. I really am super proud of these. I wouldn't say this is my first time doing box letters, but I really liked them and how they came out. I think they came out pretty good. And this was kind of my first time doing box letters, if we're being honest. I mean, I've done a sort of box letters, but nothing like this. So I was really proud of those. Those came out really nice. And now on our second designed nail. To be honest, if you didn't notice in the background, whenever I was doing the box letters, I had designed two totally different nails. Obviously not the lotus flower or the box letters, but for two of the other nails that I had designed, they, I mean, they were cute, but they didn't match the freestyle set how I wanted it to. So I kind of just tossed them, and then off camera, I ended up redesigning two other more detailed designed nails, and those are the two that I decided to keep with the set. So yeah, that's why there's a lot of edits and stuff removed from this video, and it doesn't just flow through because I ended up changing two of the nails, so I had to cut out those me designing those nails. But anyways, getting started on our lotus flower. I am going to show y'all a picture here in a little bit of the lotus flower that I saw on Google that I was kind of using as what I needed to be recreating. And so what you see me doing is sort of creating the background for the lotus, because in a little bit I am going to go in with the orange polish and create those more natural strokes on the inside of like where the petal would be, to give it more of that I guess like that more little 3D effect. And again, you are going to need the whole flower wet in order for those polishes to kind of blend together. Otherwise, it's once you start with the orange polish, it's just going to look like stripes or random lines in the flower, rather than them being kind of blended together and coming together. So right now, all I am doing is creating the white background for the lotus flower. It looks like I'm kind of individually doing each leaf already, but that's because I'm trying to keep my outline together. So I will show y'all in a minute what's the actual flower supposed to be looking like that I am trying to recreate. All right, now that we have most of our background for our lotus flower outlined, I am gonna go ahead and insert what I am trying to recreate here. And again, it is not going to be perfect, but I am just trying to grasp the image of the lotus flower. So now that I have my orange polish, again, I did not dry the white background for the lotus flower. I do not want to dry it because I don't want these orange strokes that I'm going in with that is meant to kind of make the flower look more flowerish and 3D-ish. I don't want them to just look like random lines in the middle of this white background. So I need it all to be wet so it kind of blends together and brings it how it's supposed to. So it is wet. Do not dry it. But yes, if you watch, you just see me kind of going in with, again, like always, light strokes. And you just kind of want to make the flower look more flowerish. You are obviously, now I am going in to create how the leaves are coming to look together. Now I am kind of putting more emphasis on each individual leaf rather than it just being this white blob in the background now. So now I am going in kind of detailing the leaves a little bit better. And again, I am going off of that picture of the lotus that I just showed y'all, which I will again show y'all here in a minute. But for now, I am just going in and creating more details on the actual leaves of the lotus flower. And then when I get that looking how I want it to, then I will dry it when I get the white and the orange strokes exactly where I want them. Then I will dry it, and then I can go back in and outline the actual leaves individually. And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do right now. All right, now that our lotus flower is looking more detailed, more 3D-ish, more like an actual flower, I am gonna go ahead and dry that portion of the nail. So now that our white and our orange design is dried, I am going to go in with my light brown polish and sort of outline where the leaves are to make it, I guess, just a little more detailed, a little more bold, and make it a more visible lotus flower, I'm guessing. Again, this is the image that I'm recreating off of Google, so I am not just kind of pulling this out of nowhere. This is kind of what I am attempting to recreate. And so yeah, once I finish outlining these leaves on the lotus flower, I will top coat it and our lotus flower nail will be done. And I think our lotus nail came out really freaking cute, if I do say so myself. I love the details inside. It looks even better with the outlining of the leaves. And now we are gonna top coat it, and our lotus flower nail is done. And again, guys, I apologize because like I said earlier, 2 of the nails that I had originally designed with this video, I did not choose to keep with the press-on set because I didn't feel like it flowed well with that set in particular. So I ended up recreating 2 other designed nails off camera. But what we do have filmed is the Splattered Stars, this gorgeous lotus, and our boxed letters. And let me just apologize ahead of time because I know the lighting in the house sucks, and I am gonna get a better light for filming, but look how gorgeous the set really did come out. Now I know it looks crazy on camera, like I said, but when my sets hit, they hit. And look how beautiful this set really came out to be. I'm super proud of it, and I'm really excited, and I hope the person that I gifted this set to loves it as much as I do. So if y'all would, please continue to follow my journey. Please like, subscribe, turn your notifications on. Thanks, guys.